3 years now, I've been doing triathlons and participating in any race that I can. However, not every happy story starts off with a smile. If I went back in time to tell myself where I am now, I wouldn't believe it. Mid-October 2019, my parents bought me my first phone. At the time, I didn't participate in many activities outside of school, and I was sitting on my phone doing nothing, and I hoped to fill this void. One day, my dad came in talking about this new triathlon team that my friends were a part of. During his explanation, I knew it consisted of lots of running and cycling. I knew this was something that they did for fun, but I wanted to do this so I could fill my after-school hours. One day, I asked my dad if we could go and practice with them. And when I went, I saw them zooming past me. I also saw a future me riding right next to them. Later, I went with my friend, and when we got there, I felt instantly embarrassed. They overlapped me on the bike and the run. So in the same week, I asked my dad if he could buy me one of those expensive road bikes that they had. Obviously, he saw the insane prices of them, and he told me that I'd have to wait until the end of November when grades would come up. I didn't want to wait until November for something that I wanted then. So one night when I was sleeping, I thought about my phone. I knew it was something that I just got, and I wasn't attached to it. So I asked my mom if I could sell my phone for a new bike. She instantly said no, and that I was being silly. And she also told me that at night people think about things they wish for, and it's called dreaming, and this is one of your dreams. It didn't make me want to go back to bed and wait until November for my grades to come out. I kept on persisting, and at the end of the night, they finally allowed me to buy a new bike with my phone. Later, I went to school, and my friends started to realize that I didn't have my phone anymore. And I stopped bringing it to school, I stopped answering their texts and calls, and finally my friend asked me how come my messages weren't just delivering. I told him that I sold my phone for a bike, and he told me that I was insane. I told him to relax, and that my bike was way more important to me than my phone. I went home that night thinking about what happened. If I was being a fool for selling my phone for a bike, and if I should just reverse everything. But I instantly remembered what I saw that day was going to happen. On Saturday afternoon, my dad came in with my new bike, and I instantly got excited. I thought this was going to help me finally catch up to my teammates and friends. Tuesday evening was the first time riding it there. I instantly got slapped in the face when I saw them overlapping me, even with my new bike. And even though I knew that it wasn't about the material in the sport, it was about the amount of effort you put in. My friends were doing triathlon for an extremely long time. Their passion helped them fuel the amount of effort they put in. So later, the coach asked us if we were signed up for our first race. And I told him I wasn't, and like that, it was my first triathlon. I went to bed that night thinking about what would happen if I complete the race. How my parents would finally see that I was doing something with my life. Without any practice for swimming, I felt like I was going to drown in the water. I wouldn't be able to finish the first 100 meters. And when I got there, I felt an extreme rush of exhilaration. The directors called us to the water and told us to wait for a signal. Everybody was next to me thinking that they were going to finish the race and go home happily. However, I was there regretting my life decisions. Without realizing it, they blew the whistle, and I stood there watching them pass by me. The refs and the directors started to scream at me while I was there regretting my life decisions. I finished the first half of the race without anybody there. I was alone in the water, and that's when my coach came to see me. Even though he told me to continue pushing, I wanted to quit. He also asked me if I wanted to quit, and I told him that I wasn't ready to quit now. Everything that I've been through and everything I've done till that moment was going to be useless if I quit. So I finished the race by myself, and I went home without talking to anybody. I knew that everything I've done is completely useless, but I still knew that I could take away one positive thing, and that it was at least finish my first race without quitting. Later, my friend told me that I left my third place medal there. Instantly, I didn't think I was mad or I was angry that I left it there, but I at least got third place in my first triathlon. Fast forward till now, I enjoy doing triathlons, participating in any race that I can. However, I keep on trying to avoid races in swimming, but they somehow find me. I used to doing triathlon for my friends, family, and parents, but now I do it for myself. And I do it not for my physical health, but for my enjoyment. What I learned from this is that you can't expect everything to get better without trying.